Alexander the Great, the man who refused to be human. The world remembers him as a conqueror, but conquerors come and go. What made Alexander different was not how many kingdoms he took, but how deeply he changed the idea of what a human being could become. Before he was a king, before he was a general, before the world trembled at his footsteps, Alexander was a child who refused to accept limits. The birth of a destiny. The night Alexander was born, the sky burned. Lightning tore the darkness apart. The air felt heavy, charged, alive. In Ephesus, the temple of Artemis collapsed in flames, as if one god was stepping aside to make room for another. In Macedon, Olympias held her newborn son and whispered a prophecy into his ear. "You are not meant to live like other men." Alexander grew up believing that, and belief shapes reality. His father, Philip II, ruled Macedon with iron discipline and military brilliance. But even Philip feared something. He feared that his son was not content with being king. Alexander did not dream of ruling Macedon. He dreamed of ruling everything. The boy who would not bow. At school, Alexander did not compete to be liked. He competed to dominate. He questioned teachers, he challenged nobles, he intimidated grown men with his stare. When diplomats came from Persia, they mocked Macedon and praised their own empire. Alexander listened quietly, then said, "If my father were not king, I would conquer Persia myself." The room fell silent. No one laughed. They saw it in his eyes. He meant it. Bucephalus, the first conquest. The horse was massive, muscular, terrifying. Every rider failed. Some were thrown, some were injured, some ran away in fear. Alexander did not rush. He observed. He noticed the trembling, the snorting, the panic. He saw the shadow. Alexander approached the horse slowly, turned its face toward the sun, and climbed on without hesitation. The horse calmed. The crowd gasped. Philip watched his son ride away and spoke words that would echo through history. "My boy, seek a kingdom worthy of you. Macedon is too small." The student of Aristotle. Alexander was trained not only in war, but in thought. Under Aristotle, he learned philosophy, ethics, science, medicine. But knowledge did not soften him, it sharpened him. Alexander did not study wisdom to become peaceful, he studied it to become unstoppable. The day the crown turned red. Philip II was murdered during a celebration, stabbed, bleeding, dead. Macedon plunged into chaos. Enemies rose, allies doubted, rebellions ignited. Alexander was 20 years old. Most rulers would have negotiated. Alexander chose terror. He marched faster than rumors could spread. Thrace fell, Illyria fell, Greek cities panicked, Thebes resisted. Alexander erased it. The city was burned, the population enslaved. Only temples were spared. A message written in blood. The king who led from the front. Alexander did not command from safety. He fought where death was loudest. His armor shone. His presence inspired terror and devotion. His men followed him not because they were ordered to, but because abandoning Alexander felt like abandoning destiny itself. The impossible invasion. Across the sea waited Persia, a civilization older than Macedon itself, an empire of gold, silk, and steel. Alexander crossed with fewer men than some Persian governors commanded. Everyone said it was suicide. Alexander called it fate. Granicus, blood in the river. The river ran red. Persian cavalry struck hard. Alexander charged straight into danger. A blade nearly split his skull. He survived by inches. victory was won, and fear changed sides. The siege that broke the sea. Tyre believed water made it immortal. Alexander proved otherwise. Stone by stone, he conquered the ocean itself. When Tyre fell, the punishment was biblical. The world understood. Alexander did not fight wars, he rewrote rules. Egypt, where a man became a god. In Egypt, Alexander was welcomed as divine. He walked into the desert to consult the oracle of Ammon. What was said there was never repeated, but Alexander came out different, more certain, more distant, as if he had heard something only gods were allowed to say. Issus, when a king ran. Darius III stood against him, gold armor, endless ranks. Alexander struck like lightning. Darius fled. The empire cracked. Alexander did not insult Darius's family. He protected them, because mercy, when chosen freely, is the ultimate dominance. Gaugamela, the day the world fell. This was the battle meant to end him. Instead, it crowned him. Chariots charged, elephants thundered. Alexander cut through chaos with absolute precision. When Darius ran again, Persia died. The burning of Persepolis. The palace burned. Flames devoured centuries. Some say Alexander regretted it. Others say it was necessary. Empires do not fade quietly. They must be erased. The march beyond reason. Alexander could have ruled peacefully. He chose madness. Into mountains, into deserts, into the unknown. Men froze, men starved, men begged. Alexander marched. India, the last edge of the world. Porus fought with honor. Elephants crushed Macedonians. Victory was brutal. When Porus stood wounded before Alexander, the conqueror saw a reflection of himself and spared him. The mutiny. At last, the army refused. Alexander wept, but he turned back, not defeated, but changed. The final night. Babylon, fever, silence. Power slipped from his fingers. When asked who would inherit his empire, he gave the most dangerous answer imaginable: to the strongest. Alexander died, but legends do not die, they multiply. The man who shattered history. He conquered continents, he blended civilizations, he forced the world to become larger, and even now, generals study him, kings envy him, dreamers worship him. Alexander the Great did not conquer the world. He conquered the idea that a man must accept his limits, and that is why history still bows to his name.